All right, good morning. We're doing another early recap today, and honestly, today was a lot better than yesterday. And I think the reason why it was better than yesterday was mainly because, um, you know, we were able to hold off on trading stocks that didn't look good. They didn't look good for a couple of reasons. One, no news, nothing really gapping, lower price, no volume, stuff like that. We waited for the one stock to pop up, and then we tried to get in. And then, you know, when I tried to get in, I got no fill for some reason. I think it just jumped over my hockey a little bit too fast there. It was a really good entry. It jumped over it, unfortunately, kept going higher, and then we ended up getting in for a higher price and selling for profit. So definitely a good day. And so let's just jump right into it. Let's go into it real quick. And so the biggest thing we had today was CDT, right? And CDT was the only real stock that has popped up so far. It's 8:40 now, and I'm kind of calling it quits here because it is a slow Friday, and it's typical for Fridays to be a little bit slower. But we had this nice pop from $2 a share, or just under $2 a share, all the way up to $4 a share. And so I was looking at this in at 250 for the first entry. I didn't take it. Not enough volume. Volume came in. Now I was looking at it for three. Three came in. I take the trade at three right in here, and I don't get filled. I take it at 309, and it just doesn't fill for some reason. And then it goes up to 330. I'm like, oh man, drops back down, goes to 20, and then has a nice little bounce off here. Let me go to the 10-second chart to show you this action right here because it happened really, really quick. Now the problem is I don't even have my recording software loaded up this morning, so I didn't start recording until after I took the trade, unfortunately. But we see this little break over 250 here, holds that level, continues going higher, goes to 280, holds 280, goes to all the way up to 338, pulls back to 320, holds 320 level, and then immediately skyrockets up over 360 here. So there's a couple entries you can go for here, and I'm looking to break this down. One of the biggest entries that you can take is that first breakout trade, first candle to make a new high, right over the 260 level. That could have been a nice trade, or you could have waited for the first real pullback, which is right in this area over, the 70-80 level. And then if you didn't get enough confidence there, you could have taken the next trade from 322, or you could look for the hold over one of these levels, right? So we can say 2 is a level that holds. We can say 250 is a level that holds. Look how it see how it holds and then continues going higher. You could look for 3 hold. So even if the candle is already gone without you and you didn't get in at the dip, you can wait for a stock to hold a level, right? So it can hold this level 3, see that it holds above it, shows strength, and then add for the break higher. So that's another level. I was looking to wait for it to hold 3 and then skyrocket and continue going higher. I saw this dip here, wasn't that confident. We had 3, 4 green candles, so you were looking for a pullback here. And then the entry that I decided to take, unfortunately, because I missed this 3 level, which was really good. I missed this 80 level, which was really good. I missed this, I had to get some confidence in it before I could take a trade. I saw that it was holding 350 after it held 3, and I was like, you know what? This looks good for a trade. I get in it, moment of hesitation. I got in at 353, 352, and then immediately goes to 360, 370, 380, all the way up to almost $4 a share. And my best exit was 385 for profit. So on the week, we're sitting at currently not that great. And the reason why it was not that great is because of what happened yesterday. I decided to take a trade. I did pretty well to start the day. I was green. And then I just took one really bad trade with 500 shares. And that just was ultimately my biggest loser. So unfortunately, that was I think 20-cent loser on this trade. Let me show you here. Yeah, this trade definitely wasn't the best trade ever. I got in high and sold at the bottom. And that's very typical of me sometimes when I'm, buying high and selling low. You never want to do that. What you want to do is buy low, sell high. So I should have waited for a pullback. I decided not to. Wanted to go in with the momentum, and that was the problem. I didn't wait, like I did today. I waited for a pullback like I was supposed to, and I got in perfectly and sold for profit. And that's what we have to do day in and day out. So today we're sitting up another $25 here. So been pretty consistent with this $20 mark, which I have not been able to do at all since the start of my career, really. So we're definitely making progress for sure. And I think one of the reasons why I'm making progress is I'm feeling more confident in myself. The more winners I have, the more confident I'm going to feel taking trades. So definitely this week, helps keep this loser really small, and we can come back on Monday with the same strategy, just waiting for something to pop. Hopefully it holds and continues going higher. We have no real control over when a stock wants to decide to continue going up or not. But what we do have control in is when we take our entries. And so our entries and exits are one of the most important things that you can when trading, because it's important to continue taking the right trades. And if you're not taking the right trades, then you're going to have a P&L that looks really sad. And this is, unfortunately, that's what happened to me Thursday. I had no trades on Wednesday. I could have had a couple trades on Wednesday, but nothing that I really liked. Today, we have this stock, which has plenty of room on the daily. It's a recent reverse split, has breaking news. This is everything we want to see. We have a low float. This is exactly the type of stock that we want to see go up, and it did. And Friday, is a wild card day. It's one of those days where you don't know what's going to happen. And we could have breaking news. We could have no news at all. And fortunately enough, we had some news. And we had that one stock go up. And then we had REBN, which is a previous momentum stock, which just popped up and immediately rejected. I didn't really like this one. One of the reasons why I didn't like it is because, let me go back here. One, I already took the one trade today that I think was pretty amazing. It was a fantastic trade. But the one thing I didn't like was, it didn't have a lot of volume coming into it. It popped up a little bit, had news at 8:31, but you could just see a couple big sellers on the ask. You'll see typically here, I'll show you. Oh, let me pull it back up here. Typically you'll see, let's say 479, and then you'll see a huge seller that was like 120,000 shares, like maybe not 120, but like 10K shares. You'll see 120 on it, but it means 10,000 shares, right? So yeah, definitely doing a little bit better. I changed my routing actually to Edge X today, which is a little bit higher rebate for selling on the ask, which is it'll make a difference over the long run, a couple microcents higher. But I didn't really have a problem getting fills. The only time I did get a problem getting fills today was it was just jumping really fast. CDT really did a big swing here this morning for a big pop up $2 a share. So good for the stock. Very good trading on my part, being patient, waiting for the trade to come to me, taking the trade, and then just watching it. I've been trying to do one of these things where, let's say stock is going up and I add at 3. I would take profit when it meets my mark. So I'll take half off or a quarter off after 10 or 20 cents. And then I just let the rest ride until, I feel like the market is starting to shift. The stock is starting to shift the opposite direction. And you can kind of watch that on the tape where instead of going up, it kind of hesitates. It has this little bit of a pop, but not anything it was before. And so, up in this area to almost a 4, you could tell that it was catching some resistance up to the 4 level. So it pulled back. It tried to go to 4, but it got met with too many sellers and it just sold off after that. So 2 dips off of 50 would have been really nice. I got 1 dip off of it, which was plenty for me. I can't complain, especially with the day yesterday. I really have to work on taking the right trades, getting in, get green, get out. And that's what I did really good for today. So hopefully we can continue that going on for next week. Next week, I would say, because we're looking here, I would say, one, don't take too big of a position that you're not ready for. Especially when the stock is going in the wrong direction. Don't get, encouraged to be, when a stock is going up and it's leaving the station, as someone has said previously, don't chase it. Let it go. Wait for the next one. And that's what we did today. We waited for the perfect stock opportunity. But Yeah, I think yesterday could have just been, not even a freak accident, but just a learning lesson for me. Um, don't get too high on the horse. Let it come to you. And that's what I'm gonna focus on. I'm just gonna focus on letting it come to me, and we'll go from there. So I appreciate you guys watching, and we'll definitely catch you in the next one. Whenever that one is on Monday, hopefully we can sit down a little bit longer, make a little bit profit, and call it a day. So appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you in the next one.